Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here. I've tried several years to be part of the SHE conference, but almost every time something comes up. But this year, thanks be to God, I'm here now. And I'm also happy you are here. Actually, when the flyer came out and I posted on my Facebook page, a friend asked me why they placed the sex on my head. I don't know whether you saw the notice. Okay. And it became a whole lot of argument on our page. People started linking things to things. Okay, so we are going to talk about our mind and how we position our mind. And this mind will help us make a better relationship and make good use of our money. I'm hoping my slide will come up. So in this era of time, we place a lot of emphasis on a lot of things. How much we make, who we want to marry, where we want to stay, where we want to live, without forgetting what is here, our mind. Actually, I tell people that the human system is equal to how vehicles are being kept. No matter how nice the interior of your vehicle, no matter how nice the body of your vehicle, no matter how strong your tires or your shocks, if the engine breaks down, it's scrap. True or false? If the engine breaks down, I can't move. No matter the investment you've made, once your engine breaks down, sometimes even your battery, your car will not move. You need to get another one. It shows the importance of an engine. And as such, you should pay attention to the engine of every vehicle. That is why you change your engine oil as quick as possible. But when it comes to the human being, we pay attention to the body, we pay attention to what we wear, we pay attention to what we eat, but we forget to pay attention to our minds. And that is a big problem. So now currently we are finding a whole lot of people coming up with a lot of mental health issues. And I'm happy that we are all dressed nicely. And when we talk about mental health, we are not talking about people who dress nice. Actually, those of us who dress nice are sick than those who are dirty. So it's something that is not really about how you dress, it's about how you think. So we are talking about the mind, money, and relationship. Which one should you pay attention to? Is it your mind? Is it making money? Or is it building a better relationship? Which one should come first? Better relationship. Okay, that is fine. Mind. Okay, you see where the mind is coming from? Okay, it's coming from here. And you should understand why it's coming from there. Actually, that is my alma mater. Okay, so we are coming from the same background. So the mind is strong there. But some also say you need money. Okay, but the point is that if you don't have a good mindset, you can't sustain money. If you don't have a good mindset, you can't sustain relationship. Actually, everything around interaction within yourself and other people is dependent on your mind. Yes, fine. Okay, so we as much as possible want to pay attention to our mind. And I want us to discuss something briefly about the mind before we move to how it affects our money making and our relationship. Our brain is different from our mind. Okay, so we are not talking about the brain as an organ. When the doctor will cut through your skull, we see your brain mass there. That is not what we talk about. Actually, the brain is mostly worked on by neurosurgeons and neuropsychologists and all those people. For psychiatry and mental health, we normally deal with the mind. And that is the information processing unit of everybody. So how the brain works is seen in how the mind functions. So the way you process information is actually how your mind works. So for each of us, we process information differently. And that shows how our minds work. Let me give you an example. Sometimes our mothers used to send us a lot. I don't know whether now kids want you to send them like that. Once fufu is ready, your mother will sit down, the soup is there. She will dish out all the fufu. She will ask you, "Kofa kwantre me." And you come and she's like, "Why did you not wash it? Go and wash it and bring it." You bring it, didn't bring cover. After dishing it, I have to cover it. And the mother is like, "Namuko sukra moje saying." The way your mother processes information, her mind is different from the way you process information. It's because of her experience, what she's been used to, and the knowledge she has. The way she processes is quite different. And sometimes the way the child processes is also different. So if you look typically in our home, the source of conflict is the way we process information. Sometimes your mother enters your room, and the way you've kept your room is a problem. Why is your room scattered? Why is this like this? And to you, it's nice. You feel very okay with your room, but your mother is always complaining. It's the way your mother processes information about neatness. Okay, so the way she processes information about neatness is quite different from the way you process information about neatness. And that is a source of conflict. So if you really want to understand human relations, then you have to understand how people process information. And the basic principle is that we all process information differently. No matter the kind of training you have, you will all process information differently. And that will mean that we can never think alike. And we can never think the same. That is why you have to start accommodating. If you really want to build a better relationship, you have to understand the mind of your partner. How the person thinks, how the person processes information. And that will bring us to. So you see your mind. 2 plus 2 will give you 4. Somebody will say that 2 plus 2 will give you 22. Once your father enters the house, things start to fall in order. He does not even talk. Once you hear the car pip him, then everybody starts to put things in order, because that is the image your father has created in your mind about himself. Some mothers have created image of caring. Okay, so that is the position you have in your child's mind. So whenever he does something wrong and the father wants to punish them, he waits for the mother to come before he enters the house, because mother will shield him. That is an image. For each of us, we have created a position in the minds of our partners. And what is that position you've created? If that position is not something that is helpful, it's a recipe for disaster. So some of us, we've created a position in the minds of our partners that perceive, so they see us to be fools in their minds. Whatever they do, you come to them. That is an image he's created in his mind for you because of how you position yourself in his life. So everything we do, much about our life, is how we position ourselves in people's mind. The mental image we create for people. So, in whatever you do, know that it's not about your physical appearance. It's about the mental image you create. So, if you create an image that places value on you, everybody around you starts to value you. If you create an image that makes people feel like they can use you anyhow, they treat you anyhow. That is why there are certain people that will always want to talk to you. They always call you. Don't pick your call, but they always call you. Why do you think they will always want to talk to you? Probably you've created an image of wealth, and they need you. They always want to have access to you. Even though you are not minding them, but they still want to have access to you. But there are some you always want to call them, but you call them, they don't pick. It depends on the image you create and the position you find yourself in the person's mind. If the person does not place value on you psychologically, no matter what you do physically, the person will not show appreciation. That is why you have people who sacrifice everything in relationships till the other party cheats. You do everything physically right. You cook, you wash, you are a good person, you are always in the house. You do everything right. But the mental image the person has created for you in his mind is not allowing the person to stay close to you. So as much as possible, let's form good image in the minds of our partners. It's very important than paying too much attention to physical things that will not create a positive image in the minds. There are images we create that are negative. And one of them is you are overspending. Overspending. You always want to spend. That is an image that is so negative. So anytime you get close to the person, you call the person that you want to visit, the thing that clicks the person is, do you have money? Do you have money? Do you have money? Once you don't have money, the person will give you an excuse. Oh, we're meeting. Probably he's sleeping. Because the image you've created around the person is that anytime you come close to him, you are coming for money. Nothing else. Some of us have created an image which is good, but people use it at a disadvantage. You're a hardworking person. So that is it's a very good image, but people tend to abuse you, especially in relationship. So the moment you call that you want to come to visit, probably next week, he will not wash, he will not cook, he will buy foodstuffs and keep in the fridge, waiting for the hardworking girl to come and do all those. So you get to the house, probably Saturday morning, you work till Sunday evening, then Monday morning, you leave for work. So in the mind of the person, you're a hardworking person, and the person creates work for you. If you create an image that shows love, intimacy, anytime you call that you want to come, the person start planning love, intimacy. So, okay, when she comes, we'll go out, we'll go to Ridgewater for dinner. After dinner, we go here. That is the image you've created in the mind of your partner. So if you want to have a successful relationship, think about the image you create about yourself in the mind of your partner. How do you want your partner to see you? Is it a money-spending woman, a hardworking woman, a loving woman, a caring woman, a frustrating boyfriend who doesn't want to pay attention to anything? Create that image consciously into the mind of the person. Whenever you leave or you call, the person will always be thinking about you in that sense. It's quite important. And always know that the position you are finding or you want to place or you want to create in the mind of whoever is your partner have competition. And the competition might not even be from other women. That is quite easy for you to deal with. Some of your competition is the parent of your partner. Okay, so mothers normally bond with their sons. And mothers have created a certain image of a good, a virtuous woman in the mind of the gentleman you are meeting. So he's equating you to his mother. And that is the competition you have. And once you're not able to meet that competition, you see you to be a lazy person. So you seem to be doing more, but the guys seem not to be appreciating. Some of us, we find we are in difficulty because of the kind of love fathers show to their daughters. No matter what you do, the lady still seems not to be doing enough. Because you have a competition. It's an unconscious competition. Okay, because you are entering a woman's life. The father was the man in the woman's life. You are taking the role almost of the father. And the easiest way to compare is to compare what you do to what the father does. And once you are not meeting that competition, you are not fitting. So to you, you are doing so much, but the person is not appreciating. If you take your time to talk to the person, probably you know that you are not doing enough because of the competition. So always know that you are in competition with somebody for your partner. Either a friend, either a parent, either another person. Money is important. Our money is here, so you talk about money. Friday, I saw their bank. It's a very nice bank. The opening. I was going to campus and I saw it. We will pass by. So money is good. If they say money is not good, then I don't know, but money is good. Too much of it can be bad. Very little of it can be very worse. Money is very good. Actually, I was thinking about something to... I was writing on a topic, poverty and mental health. And I realized that the rich people also have mental health issues. They may even suffer it more than those of us who are not rich. They don't sleep. They are always under stress. They don't sleep. No rich person sleeps more than 8 hours. I don't know if how many people will tell us. No rich person sleep more than 8 hours. They don't sleep, so most of them have stress issues. Most of them sleep in their vehicles. That's why they choose drivers, not because of luxury. Otherwise, they'll drive and throw their vehicles away. But when you are poor, our own is worse. You can't even marry the person you want to marry. You go to the house and the first question they ask you is, what work do you do? Every father will ask. I was lucky to marry a nurse. So what work do you do? I'm a nurse, and the woman is a nurse. The father cannot say that, go and do any better job. So I have it quite easy. But sometimes it becomes a problem. So in our relationship, money sometimes becomes a problem. And it might not be because the lady is asking too much. Or might not be because the guy is not giving too much. Probably it's the upbringing and the mindset. Okay, so if you come from a home like a home I came from, where 5 guys, 1 lady, born by a prison officer, you live in a chamber and hall. You know prison officer's house. Okay, you can need a chief inspector, otherwise you can 1 room. Okay. So chamber and hall, and you sleep on the floor. Okay. And the floor, you cannot sleep straight. Your chest will be on the mattress, because your leg will be under the sofa. That is the best position you can sleep. Okay, and you meet a lady who is the only child of the father, and the father's work is quite okay. Initially, you have a lot of problems. You might think the lady is wasteful. You might think she demands too much. You might think and that is your thinking. It's your mind. It's your mindset. You've not taken time to understand her. You are assessing her based on your background. So you have milk in your fridge and you measure your milk. Because in your home you measure milk. I still measure milk because that was the norm. And if you don't only take 1.5, you're in trouble. Or you prepare Lipton. I never knew that Lipton was 1 for 1. Okay, I got to know when I went to nursing training, like 1 person take 1 Lipton. I never knew that was how it was. Lipton, a gram, everybody come and you take 1 and you go. So you meet people and that become a problem. Even the kind of toothpaste you choose. She won't Colgate. But all you know, Pepsodent is the best toothpaste. Because that is the only toothpaste you know. So in your mind, you think she's extravagant. She demands too much. But if you have taken time to study her, you know that she's not living any extraordinary life. She's living the life you know. And you're living the life you know. It's about your thinking. Understand people from your mind if you want to build a better relationship. If you don't dig around people and understand their thinking and why they do the things you do, shower them with all the money, use all the sex positions that you have, it will still break. Because the understanding will not be there. Even the choice of tomato paste, she wants salsa. You can buy Tasty Tom. That alone can break your relationship. That alone. So you have to really pay attention to how you deal with money, and it will start from your mind. Will you choose money, love, relationship, or you choose peace of mind? Which one will you choose? Money, love, relationship, or peace of mind? Peace of mind. You see, you have to be careful what you wish for. And this is the problem of our generation. Sometimes if you want your peace of mind, you go hungry. In another sense, if you want to chase money, you lose your peace of mind. Which one will you go for? How do you blend them? That is why you need to communicate. You need to understand the mindset of people around you. I tell people I meet that the more successful your husband, the less time he has for you. Believe you me, that is the situation now. The more successful your husband becomes, the less time he has for you in the home. So you not get that husband who carry the baby and you be washing. Because he goes to board meeting like 8 hours. Closes, he has a lot of assignments he has to meet before the next morning. He's doing procurement and he's dealing with people in Australia. He has to wake up at dawn and do Skype meetings. So you are sleeping, you wake up and your husband is sitting by the computer. But you want money. You want it. So once you are wishing for the money, sometimes you lose some of the peace that you have in your home. You have to understand. If you want him to be sitting by you, he goes to a close at 2 and come and sit in the home. And I have phone, you should understand. So you don't come and say, that no be a cry phone, then you have to lose something. So you really have to think together and understand yourself. You really want to blend having peace of mind and money at the same time. Really understand what your partner does. His scheme of work, how he works, when he works, so that you don't complain too much. I always tell my wife that the best time I work is from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. That is my working time. For that time, everybody will be sleeping. So those of you who are my friends online, you normally see me around that time, 12 to 4 a.m. 5 a.m. I'll be sleeping. So when you're bathing kids for school, I might be sleeping. So if you want me to wake up, then I'll sleep at dawn. And the more I sleep, the more poor we become. So you have to really know how to link them. Money and relationship. You should know that money occupies our mind the same way food and work occupy our mind. So the women wake up with what the kids will eat. They sometimes even sleep with it. Hey, what would they eat? Hey, tomorrow at work, what will you do? The more you think about that, the more responsible you become as a woman. Know that men also think about money the same way you think about the food the kids will eat. We wake up, we sleep and wake up with it. Canteen. That is what you sleep with. Okay, so money occupies our mind. That is why you have to pay attention to it. You have to talk about it. Don't pretend as if it's not there. If you don't talk about it, if you don't make conscious efforts to make the money, you can't sustain a good relationship. You have to really talk about it. And we have very bad relationship with money. Most of us are money controllers. But you have to control the money. I remember at our NTC days, those times, the allowance was regular, not your thought allowance. Okay. So, our first allowance came in. Those times, there was only one metro man going to town. So, we wait for the metro man, you meet, you go to commercial bank, you cash your money. And once we had those money, it was only around 30 cedis, 300,000, but it was money. You go through some tech, you buy some, you buy a lot of things. And when you come to campus, there are a lot of things you buy that you don't even need. You buy tomato paste, you don't have cooker. Why did you buy it? Okay, but you are buying. So there are times the money control our mind. And if you're a salary worker and you pay attention to this, you realize that anytime you receive money, the money starts telling you what to do. It starts telling you what to do. If you're not careful and your friend is married at that time, half of your salary is gone. And a wedding, but if you did not have money, you still go for that wedding. So if you had no money, you see that there are clothes in your closet. But the moment you have money, there's no clothes there. You have to buy another one because you have money. The best way is for your mind to control the usage of your money, not for the money to control your mind. Once money controls your mind, you are in trouble. It gives you financial anxiety. So whenever there's no money around you, you begin to panic. A lot of people are depressed because they feel like their salary is too low. But if they cut off a lot of their unnecessary expenses, they say that the salary is very okay. You find a young lady in school who have not completed, and every program she goes with her friends, they use new makeup, new hairstyle, new shoe, and they say that, they want to wear the same things. And you do that for 4 weeks, and the amount you spend on clothing is close to 1,000. And your parents cannot even afford. So if you allow money to control your mind, it will give you financial anxiety. That can break you down. Okay, so one of the few things that break relationships, and the most prominent one now, is financial disagreement. Sikasem. Okay, so once you marry, once you're in a relationship, what can really break your relationship up is financial disagreement. You might have your choices. Your partner might also have his choices. If you don't sit down and come to an agreement how to spend, that could be a problem for you. You have to understand how your partner handles money. You really do. Because if you understand, then you can make plans to take some of the money so that the person does not waste it. My wife sells a lot, and she sells mostly to ladies. And there are a lot of ladies who have bought bags from her, and the bags are there. And I don't know how ladies' bags are made, but if it's there for a long time, you're not using it, it starts to peel off. So anytime she brings back, they come to buy. Anytime she brings, they come to buy, and I ask them, "I'm what they are doing? Oh, also you be going a program, be by wash program name my." The program is not there yet, but they buy and keep, and by the time they go to pick it, it has peeled off. Now I say she will throw away, and there are some who buy and keep it in my house because their husbands say they are spending too much. So they keep it. They come for it when they need it, or when their husbands are not in the house and they go and hide. If you really want to sustain a relationship, have financial agreement. How you spend in your home. One of the things that usually break our home is how you send money to your homes. Ladies are good at that. They will send all their money home and come and take yours. Hello. That is why when you give birth to male firstborns, you are in trouble. You think, hey, come your bar first and come pay. Because this is fee, so you want somebody to bring money home. Okay, ladies are good. It's good to take care of your relation. But you should have financial agreements. You should have the same mind. You should think alike. You should have the same dream. You should know how to save towards that dream. If your boyfriend is a student, don't ask him of iPhone 13, 11, 12, Pro Max. You know that your boyfriend is a student. Where is he going to get money from to buy that for you? So you should always, if you want your relationship to be strengthened, you have to find time to talk about money. Is it his money, my money, or our money? Let me ask the ladies. Is it his money, my money, or our money? Your money. Wait and marry, the narrative will change. This is my money. Your money is our money. You have to really decide. You have to be on the same page. It's about your mind. It's about your thinking. It's about how you evaluate things. If you and your partner have the same mind towards the same objective, it helps. So you can actually plan, okay, I take 1,000. By my 1,000, I keep 500 for myself because women have a lot of things they do. We have a project, we want to put up a house, so I'll contribute like 200 to it. You should sit down and understand yourselves. Okay, when you start making bold decisions, my money is my money, your money is our money. Some of us agree, the men, we agree. But the moment we agree, know that a lot of work will also be your work. If I'm paying the bills, you are doing the work. So if you want to complain, you are not helping me at all. In his mind, he's providing the money. You have to do the other things. You have to be on the same page. Otherwise, your husband will always be busy at work. Because the money is there. When he provides the money, he comes home and he expects everything to be done. So he starts making rules that life becomes difficult for you. I don't like food that is microwaved. In effect, he's telling you to cook every day because it's his money. He's giving the money, so he tells you what to do. He knows that you go to work, you're a nurse, you close around 8. He will tell you that today I'll eat banku and okra soup. I don't want microwave food. So, before you go to work, because it is his money. Okay, so any decision you take have repercussions. You can't also wake up and give all your money to him to spend. That is why you have to come into agreement. You have to really sit together, think together, plan together to have the same mind towards the same expenditure. Let's ask ourselves these 3 questions. Talk about money in your home. Think about it. And ask yourself these questions. What are long-term financial goals? Mindset. What do you want to achieve? We are going to live for the rest of our life. How do you want our future to be? Pentrust was here talking about pension. How do you want our future to be? What's our long-term financial goal? So if you know that you want to finish our project before the next 5 years, then we have to cut down a lot of things. then I'm not buying this, you are not buying this, let's save money towards it. Have the same mind. Talk about it. It's quite important. Some of us take it for granted. It's like life as usual. The month end, money come, we put money down. The other month will end, money will come, we put. Once you don't plan towards it, your goals might not be the same. So plan towards it. Okay. And how do you measure your financial success? Very key. Success is individualized. The way I see myself to be successful might be different from the way you see yourself to be successful. We can't all be successful at the same pace. Somebody bought a vehicle, $3 million, not quite long ago. If I have $3 million, I'll never buy a vehicle. Okay, that is how we think. So your successfulness is different from the other person. The two of you should fine-tune your successfulness, how you define success. Some of us, it may be, let's have a 2-bedroom house, a small car. We are okay. Let's invest the rest in our children. That is your success. I know somebody who started 8-bedroom house as a nurse, and he went on retirement, and he could not even sleep in one. If he had probably thought of his long-term financial goals, if he had sat down, discussed his success, he could have known that his salary could not have completed that 8-bedroom house. So the fact that you see people in your area building 8-bedroom house does not automatically mean that you have to build 8-bedroom house. Success is individualized. It depends on your resources and the goal you set for yourself with your partner. That will give you peace of mind. So you go to the village and the cocoa farmer sleep very well. He has no hypertension, no diabetes, nothing. Stress-free because he feels he's successful. He's standing in his cocoa farm. I feel the cocoa are super high. That is his success. I feel it 25 bucks. He's very okay. He's not in competition with anybody to buy a new car every year. Some of us, our success is cola. You took cola, you took a V8. Yeah, success, no. Because your net salary could buy that. How can you raise $85,000 to buy a car if you're a nurse? So you can only aspire. But if you make that your target, it put a lot of psychological stress on you. You never see yourself to be successful. So define your success with your partner. Then as much as possible, use your parents. Okay. Our parents should be a measuring tool for us. What are the things you wish your parents would have done? Financial that they did not do. That is the first step to start from. Probably your father had only one. What really did your parents do that you think you could have done differently to succeed? You could start from there. And that could help. Okay, let's look at this. I like this quote a lot. From Richard. Okay. Say, money cannot buy peace of mind. It cannot heal ruptured relationship or build meaning into a life that has none. Money is good, but it can never buy peace of mind. Actually, if you live with a lot of rich people, you see that they think a lot. Let me give you just a scenario. A rich person living in or a perceived rich person, you see, Ghanaians perceive us to be rich. When they mention the job you do, we ascribe you to richness. Oh, we are more invested. I suffer that a lot. Whenever, oh, yeah, lecturer. Oh, small boys only always kappa. Okay, they don't think about the amount of money you make. That is perceived richness. And if you live in a community, all the churches in your community will invite you for harvest. Every funeral, they will call you. Okay, so it does not necessarily mean you have peace of mind. Every outdooring, engagement. Actually, local boy lost his seat because you're not attending outdooring. Perceived richness. And when you go to funerals, you are in trouble. The way they address you, my area, Kumasi, they do address you very well. Oh, you pay your child university. Kese o kepu si waba. No si o njaya ho. Oh, kra. And the way they start addressing you, if you get 50 Ghana, you have to add 50 to be 100. Okay, so it does not necessarily mean you have peace of mind. It's good to have money. But if you don't psychologically psych yourself, the money will give you stress. All the churches envelope they give you for harvest, if you calculate the amount of money you put in them, it's more than your savings in the year. Probably you've not done that analysis. So it does not automatically mean that let me get money and get peace of mind. Sometimes we say that. No. There are challenges also having money. Okay, let's also look at this. And this is also from Sandra. She's an Indian, and it's a nice quote I like. And she said, with my experience in life, I want to tell you that having good relationship, compassion, and peace of mind is much more important than achievements, award, degrees, and money. The relationship we have with people is so much important than peace of mind. If you want to know this, take your time, go to the teaching hospital. When it's time for clinics, special clinics like hypertensive clinics, diabetic clinics, those clinics, that is where you see the essence of relationships. People don't even have people to hold their hands into the consulting room because they made money so much focus and cut off everybody around them. The money is sitting in the bank. You can't even walk to the bank to take your money. You need somebody to drive you to the bank, and that person is not even there to drive you. How do you even access your money? Imagine you are in your room. Whenever I'm on leave, I'm under stress because you don't get people to talk to. You are in your room, and you have all money around you, and there's nobody. What do you do with the money? Okay, so always make human relation an important part of you. It will give you a lot of peace of mind. That is why our grandparents always want their grandchildren to come and live with them. Sometimes they just want them to be running about in the house, people in the house. It makes you feel good. This is what I want all of us to try to aim at. Let's train our minds to do these things. Make more money. It's very good. By making more money, we should build better relationship and unlimited success. This is the best you can do for yourself. Let's make the money. But in making the money, let's not throw away our relationships. Don't be too busy with work and forget everybody around you. Who will you spend the money with? It's people. So out of your busy schedules, find a day or two to spend with people. Make people important in your life. Because without them, the money is meaningless. If you make money and there's nobody around you, it doesn't make any sense. That is why whenever a politician gets power, they bring their family and friends around them. You should bring somebody around you to spend the money with you. So make the money, but have better relationships. So these are my take-homes. Okay, these are the things I brought up from the topics they gave me: mind, money, and sex. You can chase money and ignore relationships, but make sure that you lose your mind. So when you chase money and ignore relationship, you will definitely lose your mind. A lot of people who are lonely are drug addicts. That is why they used to compensate for the loneliness. I have managed a lot of depressed people because they don't have people to talk to. Currently in Europe, because of COVID, there are almost every time you see people with depression and stress. That is the most prevalent psychological problems in Europe now, because they don't have people to talk to. So if you chase money and ignore relationships, definitely one day you lose your mind. If you want to keep your mind intact, chase the money, but keep the relationships so that your mind will be intact. Okay, it's not better. Let me look at this. It's not about what you make. It's about what you keep. A lot of us make a lot of money, but we always lose money and people. Actually, making money makes us lose a lot of people. I asked somebody that, does he even remember the people he completed secondary school with? Like, oh, so I'm doing okay. So if you don't realize, any step you take in your life, the people behind you lose them. You have to make conscious effort to keep people. So make the money. Move on. But always make sure that you keep people. It's not about always what you make. It's about what you can keep. Okay. And know that your self-worth is not about your self-worth. It's not always about your money. How you worth is not always about money. There are people who don't have a lot of money, but we go to them for wisdom. Our society is changing to a level where only rich people are wise. Richness is not synonymous to being wise. You can make money. Probably you have ideas of making money, but you might not be wise. Okay. So you being wealthy in life, have self-worth, does not necessarily mean that gain all the properties in the world like what you want to do. Everything that comes, you want some. Think good about yourself. Let your mind be happy about what you have achieved. And be happy within yourself. You might not have it all. You might not gain all the wealth in the world, but you have your peace of mind. And that is something people want from you that they don't get. If you meet people from other countries, they will tell you that what they like about Ghana is how we keep each other. Okay, the way we interact with each other. People even greet you, and when you don't respond, it's a trouble. Okay. That thing, people even jealous. The way we talk to each other. So your self-worth is not much to your net worth, like the amount of money you have. Let's not fight. It's good to have money. But it's bad to have money and lose your mind. Okay, so this is where I bring my talk to an end. Thank you very much. This lady, I hear her voice every day on the radio. And then
Okay, so we have 10 minutes to invite 1 or 2 questions. Please, any question, if you want to ask a question. One or two questions. Okay. Producer. Yeah. Please, if you want to ask a question, then you put up your hand so that we can locate you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Most of the ladies and guys normally picture the kind of women and man they want in their life. Now, so is it good to picture physical appearance in mind before getting into a relationship? Thank you.
Is it good to have a physical image of a woman in mind before getting into a relationship? It depends. It's good. My father told me, okay, I can safely say it because that category of people are not here. My father always said that you are in trouble. When she falls sick, you can't take her to a hospital. Each one of us have an ideal person in our mind. Unless you are not critical of yourself. You have an ideal person. So sometimes you meet those people on the street, and this man is nice. And sometimes you just want to talk to them, and you pass by. If the person you are dating fits into that category, it helps you, it settles you. If you compensate, sometimes you work and you are still not sure of the person you are in the relationship and you are still looking elsewhere. If you have a mental image, fine. But it's not compulsory to create one when there's none. Some of us create when there's none. That is where you have a problem. But people have, and it depends on what your parents tell you. It's psychological. So your mothers tell you that, so your mother always say that. It forms an image in your mind. Oh, you're good. You go, oh, Bemo dressing, you're gentle there. So those images are created actually from your home. So you are living in your woman and you're looking for those men because that is what your mother said they are good. You experience when you see that he's bad, then you are looking for another one. Okay, so the image is created actually from the home as you grow. And sometimes friends also make you pick them. Most of you choose boyfriends and girlfriends that your friends approve of, not what you think is right. Somebody approaches you and all your friends say that, guy way pa. Then you also say, guy way pa. But in your heart you like him. And your friends have actually made that choice for you. You ignore that guy because of the comments your friends made. But probably within you, you admired him. Sometimes be bold and go for what you want.